Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back. Today we're gonna do a quick little vid. I have about an hour and a half to get ready to go out for a full night. And I wanted to sit down and try out this new concealer that has been going viral. Everyone is talking about it on TikTok. I wanted to try it out because, as you guys know, I am a bit of a concealer hoarder. So we're gonna test it out today. This is the NYX Bare With Me concealer in the shade Light. I hope it is not too light. There were like no shades available, like it was almost completely sold out. This one was like hidden behind another one at the Target that I went to. I'm hoping that means that it's a good concealer. I am really going to be putting this to the test. I have a long night ahead of me, and if this doesn't look good, I'm gonna be not looking good the whole night because I'm not gonna have time to switch it out for a different concealer. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's gonna go well. So if that is something that you guys are interested in seeing, let's go ahead and get started. So like I said before, I have a full night planned out ahead of me. A few things that we're gonna be doing inside and outside. So I'm really hoping that this goes well because otherwise my night will be ruined before I even go out. I think how I'm gonna do this video is I'm gonna do my base with you guys and then hop off camera and do the rest, you know, like my eyes, my hair, and just get ready. And then I'm gonna come back and give you my final thoughts just so I can be very intentional with my time because I am on a time constraint. I do not have a lot of time and I need to get my ass in gear because it's not. So like I said, I have been seeing this concealer everywhere. It is a very overhyped concealer, so I am expecting a lot out of it. We are going to start with base today, which I don't normally do in any of my videos, but for the sake of this one, I'm going to start with base. I already primed my face using my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. If you have not tried this, definitely go try it out. Works well for me, and I have very oily skin. The foundation that I'm going to be using is one that I have tried before. This is the Hard Candy Glamouflage Foundation in the shade 1512 Warm Honey. Like I said, I have tried this before, but I haven't tried wearing it as long as I'm planning on wearing it tonight. This foundation has a doe foot applicator, which I don't know if I like that. I kind of just prefer a pump, but that's just me. I'm hoping that it's gonna match my self tan, and I'm hoping that it's not gonna be like too dark or too warm. And then I am gonna use a brush. Okay, I think this color is gonna be good. This foundation is so inexpensive. It's like $6 and you can get it at Walmart or you can get it online. I don't think I've tried it yet with a sponge. Pretty sure I just like the way it looked with a brush, so that's what I'm gonna go with tonight. I'm like super stressed out right now and I don't know why. I'm thinking it's just because I'm very hungry. I also am just like really hot, like I'm uncomfortable. I think that's the best way to describe it, is I'm just uncomfortable right now. Okay, foundation's looking good. Now for the star of the show. The NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum. I did not realize this was a serum. It has a pump, which I don't love. This is in the shade Light, and I think I'm just gonna take my fingers at first. I'm not gonna take a brush, and I'm just gonna pump it on the back my hand. That's what it looks like. It's very thin but also like thick. Oh god, I hope this isn't too light. Wow, okay, so definitely took too much. A little goes a long way. That's my first note. Do you guys see how much it's covering? This is so reminiscent of my Lancome concealer, which, as you guys know, is my favorite concealer. I'm just gonna hit my eyelids too, just so everything is the same color and texture. But yeah, this reminds me so much. This is definitely too light. And I'm gonna have to, well, maybe not, actually. I'm just gonna take my foundation brush and blend it in. Wow, this is really good. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm gonna pack a little bit more on and see if I can like layer it. I can layer it. I need a better look, hold on. This is such an interesting formula. It's like hydrating, but like not oily, and also is like not sinking in my pores, which a lot of concealers do. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I have to say, I was doubting this concealer. It reminds me so much of my Lancome concealer, and I'm curious as to how this would perform with like my favorite. I'm just gonna put some down the center of my face, but I'm curious how this would perform with my favorite foundation, which is the Dior Backstage and Body foundation. Because I mean, this is a $6 foundation. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but like this is a drugstore foundation. I wonder how it would perform with like a high-end one. It's melting into the skin and it's really brightening it up. I don't know if you guys can see, probably not, but like it looks like I have no pores, which I've never had that happen with a concealer. I've never had it make me look more airbrushed than I was before, while also being like hydrating and very lightweight. Do you know what I mean? Like, the Hourglass concealer can make me look very airbrushed, but it's very thick and accentuates my bags. The one thing that I will say I don't like about this concealer is the packaging. Why is there no applicator? I mean, I thought we were past this, but it looks really good. It blended right into that foundation. And I don't have like any creasing or anything. My texture isn't really emphasized, my fine lines. I mean, I'm gonna get those no matter what. Sadly, it's just the way my eyes look. I haven't found a magic concealer that's not gonna settle into them. It looks pretty good, and I'm pretty impressed. I am going to apply my favorite powder on top of this with a little puff. This is my favorite way to apply the powder. It makes me look so airbrushed and poreless. I'm excited to see how this pairs with this concealer. This is just the One Size translucent setting powder. This is my favorite powder ever. If you haven't tried it, definitely go pick it up. And I'm just gonna not bake, but really press the powder in there, because like I said, this has to last all night. I mean, would you look at that? I haven't looked this young ever. Even when I was 5 years old, I didn't look this young. I've had these bags for forever. Really pressing this in to the concealer. Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn minute. I cannot believe I look like this right now. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my forehead too. Basically just hit wherever I put that concealer, that magical concealer. I see why it's viral now. I do see why it's viral now. I am actually kind of happy that this was such a light concealer, because I feel like it really balanced out how dark the foundation was. Like, this was too light and this was too dark. And my skin doesn't feel like, if I touch it, it doesn't feel like I'm wearing makeup. It feels like my skin. I can't stop looking at myself. It hasn't creased on my eyelids either, which, what kind of witchcraft is going on there? Because everything creases on my eyelids. Wow, 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 I'm impressed. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my base with you guys. I'm gonna apply a little bit of this Huda Tantour. This is in the shade Fair, like the lightest shade that they have. I know that I did just powder, but I did keep the powder like above where I wanted to cream contour, so everything is still pretty tacky. I'm gonna go in with this Lexi 512 brush. Just do a smidge of contouring, really just patting it into the skin. Not so much like rubbing it and blending it in. Bringing it up the hairline so that it doesn't look just like a stripe down my face. Okay, I like the way that that looks. I'm gonna move on to blush. This is the Milani Cheek Kiss. I do this every time. Every time I say what this blush is, I do it every time and I call it that. This is the Milani Cheek Kiss in the shade Nude Kiss. This is a cream to powder blush. I've only used this a handful of times. Like I said, I forget that I have this because I have so many other blushes that I reach for that I always forget that I have this, and it's a nice and affordable kind of product. And I'm gonna take this on a e.l.f. Stiffle brush, which is just like a duo fiber brush, and I'm gonna pat it on here and just hit right back here. Kind of just meshing it into the cream contour that I put down. Okay, I'm loving how my skin looks, and I'm happy that this did not blow up in my face. I am going to take a bit of powder on a big fluffy brush. This is just a Morphe M527. I don't normally do this, but because I have a long night ahead of me, I kind of just want to lock everything in place, and I feel like I'm still a bit tacky, just so that nothing slips away from me throughout the night. I mean, I'm probably gonna get oily. It's just my skin, but I want to try to push that back as far as I can and powder everything. I almost forgot, I have this NYX matte bronzer that I want to use. That is, again, another product I always forget that I have. This is in the shade Deep Tan, and I'm gonna use a little bit of this because I feel like I don't really need a lot more bronzing, but I'm gonna use a little bit of it on this Morphe M530, and this is hella pigmented, so make sure you really tap off your brush and ever so lightly blend it in. Super pigmented. Oh my god, I feel like I already did too much. I'm focusing it back in the hairline and then above where I did the Huda Beauty cream contour. This is a very red bronzer, which I don't mind because my self tan is a pretty red bronze. Like, it pulls a lot of red rather than like olive or anything, so it kind of works with that. I'm just gonna take the fluffy brush and kind of blend everything upwards like this so that I don't look like I have like stripes all over my face, and rather that everything is cohesive. This concealer still looks amazing. Like, it doesn't look like it's drying out my, it just looks really good. It doesn't look like it's drying out my eyes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go do my eyes and everything and lips, and then I'm gonna come back and just share with you guys my final thoughts on this concealer. As of right now, this is a definitely go buy, like go run and buy it, but I want to wait until I have everything done to kind of give you a giant full opinion on it. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll be right back and we can wrap this up. So I'll see you in a second. Okay guys, this is the final look. Final thoughts. This concealer is really, really good. I definitely want to pick it up in another shade because I feel like this one's a little too light, but I love the way that it looks nonetheless. Definitely recommend it. I can definitely see why it is so overhyped, and I'm excited to see how it performs throughout the night. Forgot my birthmark. There we go. Now I feel like myself. But that is it for today's video, you guys. It was a quick one. I just really wanted to try out this viral product that I've been seeing everywhere, and I love the way it looks. If you have not already, please make sure that you are subscribed and that you click the little bell so that you are always notified when I put out a new video. And that is it for today's video, you guys. I hope you all enjoyed. I have to go right now because I'm so freaking late. So I will see you guys next time.